what have you made about the noise around the club this week?
It's probably made more noise externally than internally, I think. Us as players, I only speak on my behalf. We got a big game this weekend, so it hasn't really made too much an effect training life-wise, yeah.
When Gus took the training or whatever he was involved in the training, or however you put it, was it a non-event for you guys? Like, was that pretty useful?
Yeah, it seems like it. Like, I mean, we get opinions, like, I get opinion from, our assistant coaches, Craig, Sandercock and Fernsey, and for us, it was just advice. I really valued it. I thought it was great. It's not the first time we've had chats in pre-season and things like that. So I can see why the media have jumped on it because we're a team that needs a win and we're under pressure, but it's got nothing to do with hierarchies at the club or anything in that regard. It's for us. It was just another video session. It was just learning honest, hard truths that we sort of need to correct.
Did he
give you a sprain? Is that a fair assessment of how he addressed the team?
I think we're all we're grown men. If we're in a performance industry, and if we're not performing, then there's people that need to be accountable for things. And it wasn't to chip anyone. It's just being accountable for our actions on the field.
Is it individual efforts, or sort of what do you feel like as players it's going to take for you to overturn those results?
I think there's a couple of things. I think working in big patches of the game. I think playing for 80 minutes is one. I think there's times I guess where we're working hard but we're not working together. And there's effort areas where we might lack on one play and then it stuffs us for the rest of the set or it makes it hard for the rest of us. So I think just being engaged in the full 80 minutes and just trying to stay in it.
Must be tough, like back-to-back results like this and an extra noise like we've seen this week. How do you guys as players keep motivated?
I don't think it's hard to keep motivated. Like this is. It's hard losing. It is hard losing, and everyone feels it. And there's no complacency there in terms of blokes are walking off the field feeling good about ourselves after a loss. But it's not hard to stay motivated. Like I'm still living my dream, and I feel like that's why it hurts because you want to make the club proud and the fans, and you want to make everyone proud. And like I said, we're grown adults, and we're in a performance industry, and we're not performing. So this stuff comes. But internally, we've got another game and we want to turn things around. So it hasn't, I'm only speaking on my behalf, but it hasn't made much of an effect on me.
We've seen the Tigers turn around pretty quick. Have you guys kind of talked about how quick it can change, kind of just hoping it to change eventually?
Yeah, and they have, and credit to them. And it can, rugby league things can change quickly. People only remember what you did last week. So for us, I honestly, whether or not people can see it on the weekend and last couple of weeks, scoreline wise, hasn't been great. But I can feel it as a player. The team's starting to gel and really bind as a group. And hopefully, it just sounds like words, but hopefully we can turn them into actions. Yeah.
Is that the most one of the more frustrating things that you're in these games? Often the better team for a bit more than a half, and then it's kind of just fading away late.
It is when you look at the calendar and you think we're 1 from 6 or whatever we are. That's discouraging, but I think it's encouraging, but it's also frustrating. When we get to video session and we break things down and you realise how close we are to games, and like I said, there's moments in games where we fall off and we're not playing for that 80, and it's encouraging, but it's also frustrating.
What did you make of the video of the Anzac match? And with Radley and Warrior Hargraves back in, are the Roosters a stronger starting lineup this week?
The video is in the team performance.
Did you watch the Roosters game?
Yeah. They're a good team, and Roosters are a club where they're up there with Storm, Penrith, Roosters, South and whatnot, and I guess they're still finding their straps and that. I think they're always going to be a good side. They've got aggressive players, and things for me as a middle don't really change. Just get the ball and run hard and tackle hard, and again, there's no easy game in the NRL. People talking about the Tigers and we've seen them last couple of weeks stick it to teams. So there's no easy games in the NRL, and it won't be easy on the weekend.
Little left, sorry.
Last two.
Little left of field question for you, Kingy. You come from rugby league royalty. Have you spoken to your grandfather? You keep in touch with him, because at the moment he's sort of the opposite, isn't he? 11 straight premierships with the Dragons, and you blokes are sitting at the bottom of the table. Yeah,
I mean, he comes to all the games and watches them. He's a big supporter. He realises where we're at. And he just wants us to keep improving, keep building. There's no overnight success for these things, and it's get there through hard work, and that's where he got there. That's how he got there. And that's what he's drilled into me every time we train and that. So there's no overnight success. It's just through hard work.
Josh Jackson out this week, obviously with COVID, is a bit more of an opportunity for you and the younger forwards to kind of stand up.
Yeah, it'll be a big loss. Jacko's a big leader. Obviously, looking at his numbers, every 80 every week is a big feat, and he's a big spiritual leader for us as well. Obviously, he's our captain, but he's been here for 10 years or whatever it may be. He knows the club and the sort of DNA, and I think next man up, and I guess. I just want to try to do the best I can for the team, and I guess these things are made through opportunities, and I just want to try and put my best foot forward.